All right. What's up, everybody? Wanted to welcome you back to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim,
This is Black.
and this is part two of our anime episode. In the first part, Black described his one of his favorites, if not the favorite,
Hmm.
his favorite anime right now is Berserk. He described that in great detail, and actually, that still wants me to watch it. I got to get through actually watching it because just Guts just sounds just incredibly like he just sounds like a demon for real. Like the way he goes off. Yeah, so I gotta try and get to that. Um this episode we're gonna go ahead and go into some more of our favorite animes.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna talk a little bit about what we have coming up. So hopefully y'all can actually listen to what we have coming up. Um so one of my favorite animes, I wanted to talk about is Attack on Titan.
Mm.
Black, you told me you actually started watching it now.
I've actually watched a huge amount of Attack on
Yeah, yeah.
Titan.
So right now, Attack on Titan is actually on Hulu. And I think the second half of the final season is about to come out. Either it came out already or it's about to come out like next month. I think it's next month. It's about to come out.
Mhm.
I looked and I saw it up there, and I just didn't go back yet. Um, So tell me your thoughts. Well, let me go ahead and just give a quick overview about Attack on Titan. Um, Basically, Attack on Titan is it's based off of a manga,
Mhm.
and it's about a group of humans who live on this island, and they're surrounded by these giant um that's the best way to put him. I don't want to call them kaiju, but it's just like these giant human beings
Mhm.
that are like they don't have any sense. Like
Mhm.
like the only thing is their primal is they just want to eat. They
Mhm.
see a regular sized human being and they just want to eat them, and that's it.
Mhm.
That's pretty much all they do. They wreck do shop and they just eat the humans. So um the Titans, because of the Titans that are all over this island, the people, the Eldians, they're actually within three walls.
Mhm.
Rose, Maria, and do you remember what the third wall is
Rose
called?
Maria, and
So it's Rose, Maria, and Cena. There you
Cena.
go, Cena. So they're in these walls, and these different walls are different districts.
Mm.
So of course the middle wall, the internal one, is like where the castle is and where the government is and everything like that. Then you have outer ones, and then the further out you are, the poorer you
Mhm.
are. And the story starts off with our main protagonist, Aaron Yeager.
Mhm.
He's out with his friend Armin, and he's out with Mikasa, and the Titan breaks through. And I'm gonna paraphrase a lot, um, just so we can kind of get into all the rest of the episodes and things like that. So, the other anime. Uh, so he's out with Armin
Mhm.
and Mikasa, and he goes and actually Armin's being attacked, and he helps Armin out. This and that. Um, and while they're talking, a Titan attacks. It breaks through. I think it was a giant one. It was
Mhm.
the colossal Titan, the
Yeah.
one, yes.
Yep.
Clyson's Titan comes up, he just pops up out of nowhere and he kicks a hole in the wall, and all these other Titans rain in, and this is on the outer wall. I didn't see which outer what I can't remember what's the name of the outer wall. The outer wall is Wall Maria. Kicks a
Walmart.
hole in Wall Maria, and so all these Titans raid Wall Maria, and that's just nuts,
Mm.
because everyone's growing, running, trying to get into Walrose, and they're trying to get through. And in the chaos, Aaron's mother is grabbed up and
Mhm.
eaten by a Titan, and that just like sends him just crazy. He's trying to do everything he can to save her, doing everything that. He basically flips out, and somebody has to pick him up and actually take him into Walrose.
Mhm.
Um, but that just starts off his lifelong vendetta that he has.
Mhm.
So because of that, he joins the Scouts, Scout Regiment, which
Mhm.
the Scouts are dope. I told you right about how
Yep.
dope those sounds are, right?
Mhm.
So there's more to it than that, but like I said, I'm speeding this up here. He joins the Scout Regiment, and he had a hard time trying to get into the Scouts and everything, and once he finally gets in, he learns like they have this EDM gear where they can actually like basically fly through the skies.
Mhm.
It's just it hooks on different things here or there, but that's how they take out titans, and they got these dope swords and these like like they have to use, because if you cut the nape of a titan, that kills them.
Mhm.
Otherwise you can't hurt a titan. You can actually cut their heels and it'll knock them down on the ground so you can reach their nape, but you have to, in order to kill the titan, you have to hit the nape of their neck.
Yep.
So he does all this, and now you just recently watched it, because like I said, I haven't seen the first one. Remind me, how do they think he dies?
They think Aaron was eaten, which in all reality
That's what it was.
he really was
Yeah.
eaten.
Okay, that's what it was.
He just didn't
Yeah.
die.
So he was eaten, and everyone's mourning and stuff like that, but they're still fighting.
Mhm.
And then later on, after that fight, um more people like more titans come back and attack. Well,
Mhm.
all of a sudden, this new Titan pops up.
Mhm.
This new Titan pops up, and he starts defending the Eldians and starts taking out the other Titans. And everybody's like, "Where's this Titan come from?" And then, he just keeps fighting and fighting and knocking them out, and like he like bashes their faces in it. That Titan was nuts. I was like,
Mhm.
yo, when I first saw that, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. So come to find out, that's Aaron in Titan form.
Mm.
And um the best part about that is, like you can kind of tell it's coming, but I'm gonna tell you, so the type of person I am, I think I've explained this before. I can figure out shows, and even though I saw that coming, there's some more stuff later on in that show where it threw me off. I was like, oh my gosh, I did not see that coming.
Mhm.
So yeah, you he let's see, he ends up, like they end up finding out that he's the Titan, and he ends up working with the scouts and using his Titan powers for good. Um, but you end up finding out also that there's hidden Titans
Mhm.
within the scout regiment,
Yep.
and there's spies, and there's more to it, the story, than that. So I'm going to actually cut off my explanation here, because I want to hear what Black thinks about it so far. As far as you watch, how do you remember what episode you're on right now? Just like
I just
a quick overview.
finished season 2.
Okay.
And season 2 is at the end of season 2. I don't know if you remember, but season 2 is when
Don't say names now. You
I,
might have to say. Okay. All right. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna give away any
This
spoilers.
one is, I don't want spoiled. I want people to actually watch this. Go ahead.
but the particular Titan in question,
The female Titan.
right?
Okay.
The
Yep.
female Titan. I didn't really want to even go that far, but
Yeah.
the female Titan.
We
Once,
can actually say this, because I think this is in like previews and stuff.
yeah,
There's a female Titan
hmm
who's nasty with her hands. Like
yeah,
she can take out so many people,
hmm
and she's got a dope fighting stance. I
hmm
mean, not just fighting stance, but her fighting skill is over the top, just crazy.
yep,
Like she's dope. So the female Titan it ends up part two. Is she captured?
yeah. She's captured.
Okay.
She's captured. What she's actually she's captured, but she's not exactly captured.
Mhm.
They have her, but she's encased in some impenetrable.
Gotcha, okay. So
That's where I stopped.
they find out who the female Titan is,
Yep.
they find out really is, and that sequence, oh man, that's when it threw me off, because it's almost like one of those shows where, like not shows, but in like a movie where a person's thinking and it finally comes to them. All that stuff was calculated in my brain when I was watching that show,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was just like it zoomed in on my face, and it was like, "Oh, snap," when I realized who that Titan was, because of everything that they were putting together at the time, so you can figure out who the
hmm
female Titan is. And I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, what?
Here's the kicker to that. I had a feeling who the
Mm,
female Titan was just
mhm.
by looks,
Okay.
because the female Titan looks just like her.
Okay, yes, but there are other people,
There were
there are other females in that regiment who actually look that, and you don't know that the female Titan is one of them until later on.
right.
And then right when that happens, that's when you start you start realizing, okay, it could be this person, it could be this person, and then it's like every step they take, that's when you
Mhm.
start realizing, okay, I think the female Titan is this person.
Well, another reason why I believed it was her was
Mhm.
because of her bland type attitude.
Right, okay. Yeah,
There's a lot.
don't say
Yeah,
anymore because
I'm not.
that was
I ain't gonna go nowhere. But
mhm,
I ain't gonna. I'm gonna say no more. But
you're right.
that's how I knew it was
Yeah.
her.
So, have you seen I can't remember in season 2, did they actually say who the Colossal Titan
No,
was yet? Okay,
they
alright.
don't get that far.
So, the Colossal Titan and the, Armor Titan, those 2 dudes.
Hmm.
Okay, the Colossal Titan, all he is huge, that's it.
Hmm.
He grows so massive, and he can basically he grows over the wall. And
Hmm.
actually, when you see a lot of pictures of Attack on Titan, you see the Colossal Titan.
Hmm.
So that was cool. I actually saw a Colossal Titan cosplay. So that actually was pretty dope. That was one of the first things when I found out about Attack on Titan, and then my friend actually told me, he was like, "No, it's this because of this." He was like, "It's this show." And then after that, I started seeing like different other kind of cosplays.
Hmm.
So that's something else I want to talk about in the show, but we'll talk about that in a little bit later about cosplay and stuff. Anyway, um, so Colossal Titan, Armor Titan, and then there's actually a couple other Titans that have different names, and I can't wait for you to see those. I can't wait to hear. So we are definitely going to have another anime episode, and actually, I think we're going to have a guest on that anime episode because I think Chris's brother is really into anime because he actually told me about another anime to check out that I
Hmm.
really want to check out. So I just got to get the time, which I'm off this week, so I can probably do it. Spring break. Woo! Anyway,
Oh yeah, must be
um,
nice.
so, um, yeah, Attack on Titan, so dope. Yeah, I got and see part of the reason why I haven't completed the series yet because the whole series is out on Hulu, but it's all the subtitle series. And I
Oh wow.
cannot watch it subtitled because then I'm missing the action,
Hmm.
and I have to pause, rewind, and all that. So I gotta listen to it with with sub. I mean, so it's not sub, but with the dubbing in it. You
Hmm.
know. So are you watching the subtitles or dubbed?
No, I'm watching the dub.
Dubbed. Okay, okay, all right, awesome. Yeah. So but yeah, keep watching it. I can't wait to hear more about what you think about the rest of it. So,
Mm.
and honestly, we can do spoilers because this has been out for so long. I don't want to do spoilers though because I want I want y'all to check it out and see because this is like it has so many different mysteries. I
Hmm.
do want to say one thing about it though. Um Captain Levi.
Oh yeah,
Dude is sick. I mean,
the truth.
his skills are off the chain. But when you get into his actually story, which is I think is in season 3,
Mm.
when you get into his life story and you see like what he's gone through,
Mm.
oh my gosh. When I'll just say that he was found, and when he was found, he was basically near death when he was
Mm.
found. And when you see like, the different things, they're kind of like a quick stories here or there. But
Mm.
when the quick stories go to um like, what made him who he is, you'll see like why that dude his skill set is just off the charts.
Mm.
He's so dope. So um so another one that I know that we both watch is the Boondocks.
Oh yeah.
So the Boondocks is actually anime inspired.
Mm.
So they actually did like the anime style, but it wasn't completely drawn anime style. But it's like they took an anime style and they actually have a lot of anime elements in it. It just focuses on a dysfunctional black family, the Freemans, and they're actually settling. Like when you see the first episode, they just moved into predominantly white neighborhood of Woodcrest, which I was reading, and actually they think it is based off. Actually tried to find what real suburb is based off of in Chicago. Everyone knows like they pretty much know it's Chicago. So
Mm.
some of those things in those episodes are crazy. The very first episode. Riley shoots a dude out of a window. You know? So, uh, for those who don't know, Riley Freeman is the youngest, uh, brother. It's like I said, it's the Freeman, so it's, granddad, which his name's, Jebediah or Jebediah
Mm,
Freeman. Um Robert Jedediah Freeman. I just said it all incorrectly.
mm,
So his first name is Robert though. But Robert Freeman. Then you have Huey Freeman.
mm,
Huey is like a revolutionary, but you
mm.
know a lot of people call him a domestic terrorist. Because of the different stuff that he does. And then you have Riley, who's basically just a petty thug.
Mm,
And he idolizes like the thug lifestyle.
mm,
It is so funny talking about him with that thug lifestyle because like one of his favorite rappers, he was talking about, he was all like into this rapper,
mm.
and then he found out the rapper was gay, and then
Yeah,
he was like,
I
"What?"
remember that episode.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like, the rapper was trying so hard to be hardcore instead of just being himself,
Right.
and then so the whole time Huey that's one thing that I love about Huey too. Huey would tell Riley, he's just, he basically tell him what it is.
Yeah.
So the whole time, Huey's telling Riley, you realize, is it Thuglicious?
Yeah.
Thuglicious.
Yeah,
He's like,
Thug Licious.
yeah, Thuglicious is gay, right? And he was like, man, no, he ain't gay, and
Yeah.
all this other stuff. And then Huey's like, all right, whatever. But it was just funny because even the songs, and then the outfits he was wearing, he had him dressed in a purse
Yep.
and like pants with like a hole in the back and stuff like that. It was crazy.
Yeah,
So
and he had this he had this one anthem that that he was going by. It was called I believe it was a homies over.
yeah, homies over hoes.
Yeah,
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 homies
yeah.
over. Yeah, we can actually say that. Homies over hoes.
Yeah,
It's not
homie.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he was
not
a
a
homies
rap.
over hoes,
Yeah,
and he had everybody was jumping up together, saying homies over hoes, homies over hoes,
yeah, that was
and he's
wild.
like,
That was
"Nah,
wild.
this something ain't right about this."
Yeah, the whole time. So, but that was so hilarious, Uh so in case you can't tell, this show is not for the lighthearted. This show is basically like TVMA,
Yep.
and it's politically incorrect. If
Mm,
you're looking for something that's politically correct, whatever, I mean, not most anime is anyway, but this one they say the N-word every episode at least 5 times. You know, there's literally a character, it's a black dude who hates black people, and
mm,
he thinks he's white, and he calls it revitiligo, where he gets blacker every day, instead of getting whitening up. You have a lawyer, Tom,
Tom.
played by Cedric Yarborough from Reno 911. Tom is actually he's married. He's in a relationship with
Mm,
a white woman,
mm,
and they have a mixed child.
yep.
But this show is actually so dope. It started airing. It premiered on November 6th, 05, and ran through June 23rd, 2014, with a total of 55 episodes and 4 seasons.
Mm,
The fourth season actually, Aaron McGruder wasn't involved with it at all,
mm,
and that season was okay. I can see, I could tell like it just seemed like they were just trying to reach.
right.
But they were about to do a reboot. In June 29, they actually announced it. 2019, I'm sorry. In June 2019, it was announced, but unfortunately, um, it was so in September, HBO Max was about to pick it up.
Uh,
Unfortunately, John Witherspoon died in October, and that's
right.
why the reboot never came back. It would be nice to see if they actually do a reboot. They may not, just because there's no granddad in it,
Right.
but maybe they can do a version of it with their older,
Mm,
and on their own. But I don't know how you would do that. But just Riley, I love that character because he's
mm.
just so wild, and
Riley's a piece of
you
work.
know, like I I've said this before. I tell people all the time. One of my favorite episodes is the fundraiser, and Riley basically is almost like a Scarface type story. And my favorite part, I should have had a recording of it, but I had to find the bleeped out version of it.
uh,
Riley goes in on this English dude, and he's just like, "F you, F the queen, F everything you stand for, F those buckles on your shoes," And then he at the end he goes, "My president is black, my Lambo is blue, and if I ever see you, I'm gonna slap you in your face." And this is a child talking to an adult criminal, and it's just it's crazy. But I love that show. If you haven't seen the Boondocks, watch it, please, please, because that one, like I said, is not politically correct, but it's so dope just the way, you know, the family dynamic, and then the way it speaks on culture and how ridiculous things are,
Yeah,
like the itis episode. Do you remember the
yeah,
itis
yep,
episode
I
where
remember.
where basically they made a restaurant where uh they made a restaurant where it had a whole bunch of food, like soul food,
Mm.
and after you eat the soul food, everything like was a bed. So basically, you can go right to sleep, and you had like a certain amount of time where you could sleep in the restaurant, and then after a while they kick you out or whatever. So that one was crazy, and the reason why it was so dope is because it um spoke on how crazy and stupid some people can be about certain stuff, and
Mm,
then it also spoke on like the social thing about it, how you know property value,
mm,
like the reason why this restaurant was actually created at the end of the episode you see is because the one of the characters, Ed Wunsler, like the first or whatever, Ed Wunsler, he actually wanted to buy the park across the street from the restaurant,
mm.
but he opened that restaurant so it can actually shut the like it can, the park can be all trashed and all that other stuff like that, so it can actually reduce the
The
property value.
property value, yep.
Yeah, so
Gentrification.
yeah, 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 so and that he just wanted to get that part, So, it's just little things like that, Another favorite episode of mine, Let's Nab Oprah. That episode was crazy, and that shows some of the anime episodes, elements of it. Um, Huey had to fight I should have wrote this down. I actually said it incorrectly before. I think I said Dragonfly Jones, but, Huey had to fight, I gotta look it up again, what his name was, but he basically had to fight Oprah's, bodyguard,
Mm,
who he looked like a version of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in what was that, Enter the Dragon? Was it Enter it wasn't
uh,
Enter the Dragon, it
Game of
was,
Death.
Game of Death, Game
Mhm,
of Death. So you remember Kareem with the afro
yep.
and all that, but he looked like him, but he was in a suit. So, but anyway, what's one of the episodes that you find your favorite episode?
I would have to say it's, probably the, Usher episode.
Tom it's called Tom, Sawyer, and Usher.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Tyler Servers, and you remember what happened at the episode. You know, uh, he thinks his wife is, so enamored with Usher that, that she's having an affair and she's not.
Mhm. Yeah.
She's just doing it because, the daughter's a big fan of Usher.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's all there's this dance routine they do in the episode, and he actually calls her and says,
Mhm.
hey, I forgot what was it? Was it the Let It Burn song
Mhm.
from
It
Usher?
was it wasn't I don't they didn't use any of Usher's real songs, I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no. They actually did.
They did?
Yeah, yeah. He was actually
Oh.
dancing to the. It wasn't his song. It was a theme. No, matter of fact, no. I'm sorry. It was his actual song.
Uh,
If you look it up right now,
mhm.
that's his actual song. I believe it was "Let It Burn." And
Okay.
and there's a part where he makes a phone call or whatnot.
Mhm.
That particular song right there, and he actually makes a phone call
You
in the
turned it
episode to his
yes.
wife,
Yo, that
and
was
she's like,
crazy.
"Tom, what's wrong with you?" And he's talking like Usher talks in the song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh man,
kinda like the
yeah,
quiet episode, yeah,
yeah. That
so
thing was it was so funny, man.
mhm, yeah.
No, he ended up slapping Usher in that, in
Oh,
that
yeah, that's just
episode.
guards, like,
Then
beating the
yeah, then
crap
his
out of him.
bodyguards beat the crap out of him and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. Usher's bodyguards beat the crap out of Tom and let him go because Tom completely had it wrong.
All the way wrong.
Yeah, yeah. He thought it was like, he was trying to get with Sarah, but the
Yeah,
whole time she was just doing it for their daughter
yeah.
Jasmine.
Hmm.
So, and I like the dynamic Jasmine has in the show too because like her, Huey, and everybody. So, That actually in one of the episodes, I forgot which episode it was, but Huey lets her in when he has like basically like a doomsday plan.
Mm.
She basically kind of whines and she's like, "What about me? I thought we was friends," and so he lets her into that. So, but anyway, oh, the bodyguard, Oprah's bodyguard name is Bushido Brown. By the way, that's his name, Bushido Brown. So, yeah, he and Huey fight. There's always a fight episode, and they actually have an episode where it's Stink Meter.
Mm.
Stink Meter came back like at least like like twice. He came back twice, and I think they fought his family once. So
Mhm.
there's always fight episodes in the season. But moving on, I want to go ahead because I could talk about Boondocks for a while. Um, I did want to say Street Fighter. Do you
Mhm.
remember that movie?
Of course.
Yeah.
The
I
animated movie.
yeah, I wanna watch that again, because that one is, like, came out in the '90s, I think it was, like, 95, 97 or something.
Mhm.
I wrote it down, but my notes just got completely jacked up, but, um, that was a good movie, and I like the way those characters were portrayed, and you actually saw what people were on.
Mhm.
Like, when we were playing the game, it kind of tells you like what side what people are on, but you're not really sure.
Mhm.
Like E Honda, I used to think E Honda was a bad character,
Mhm.
but in the game you actually see that he's helps and he's actually on Rios and Ken's side.
Mhm.
Um, and then of course Ken is on the wrong side for a while because he gets hypnotized and things like that.
Right,
But
right.
that was such a good anime.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I really want to see it again. Actually, I haven't seen that in so many years, so I'm definitely gonna watch that again. Um, but one anime that I wanted to talk about that I've been watching is the Ronin Warriors.
Mm,
So do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. I've been watching it. Came out. It actually aired. It looks like it aired here first. No, it didn't. I'm so wrong. Okay, I was thinking of another one. Okay, yeah. So uh, it aired in actually in '88 in Japan.
Mm,
That's how old it is. But I mean, then again, too, when you actually look at it, you can actually see that it's a different anime style, and it looks older. And I've been watching that most recently. It's actually on Pluto TV. So if you have a smart TV that has Pluto TV on there, Pluto TV is actually a free channel that actually has a whole bunch of different shows. It actually has anime too.
mhm,
Um, so if you go search, you can actually type in Ronin Warriors. The name of the show is actually Legendary Armored Samurai Troopers. That's what they call it in Japan.
mm.
So when you type in Ronin Warriors, that will come up. It's called Samurai Troopers. Samurai. Wow. What did I say that? I said samurai. That was weird.
Yeah,
Samurai.
Samurai.
Samurai. Yeah, I know. I don't know what that was, but anyway, Samurai Troopers. So if you if you search for that in Pluto TV, the Rona Warriors will come up, and there's actually a couple different seasons and well, not seasons, but they have like a full length movie and things like that too. So, but I've been watching it, 39 episodes. Um, but it didn't come to United States until the summer of '95,
Mm,
and it was on Cartoon Network and it was on the USA Network, and I didn't see where else it was on, but it's about the five legendary samurai warriors, and they have this armor that's like this mystical armor, and you go through the series and you kind of find out, well, um this armor actually was has like a bad origin,
mhm,
but they use it for good. So right now I'm on episode 30ish 31, and they actually have this point where the leader Ryo, his actual armor can be upgraded, and that's the best way I can put it is upgraded. But he with the power of all of them, it's like Voltron,
mm.
which is another anime. So you know what? I think guess I could probably say that one of the first animes I've ever seen was Voltron.
I guess that's both of us then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it was anime before we knew what the meaning of anime was.
Right,
You know?
exactly. There you go. There you go. So, wow, it's just so funny how that just popped up in my head. Um, so, um, it like Voltron, it'll take powers from each of their armor, but then it leaves the other four weak.
Mhm,
But and then it will create the armor of Inferno, and it turns his red armor into white, and it's like like a grander armor, and his is just more powerful.
Mm,
So they're fighting the dynasty and the warlords. They're fighting. They start out fighting four warlords, and one of them ends up kind of turning against the warlords, and so for a while they kind of fight three, but then by the episode that I got to, they ended up a new warlord, like a female, came in,
mm,
and she's sick. She does some crazy stuff too. So she's actually really good. But just watching that so far, it kind of brings back some stuff. But it's funny because when I first started watching the show, I think we were in 12th, 11th to 12th grade.
mm,
But I remember because I was in RLTC, and some of the students that were in my platoon, that were in my company, they actually were bringing in the actual toys and they were trading it here or there. They would go to the store and say, "Hey, look, I found this one. I'm gonna get this one for us, and you get that one for it." And they would come in and they were actually trading it in class.
mm.
And I almost want to say that's how I first started seeing it. I was like, "Yo, what is this y'all are doing?" And then they told me about the show, and I started watching the show, and I was like, "Yo, this is dope."
Mm,
I never got to finish it because I think it was 12th grade because I think it like ended up graduating because it was summer 95. So yeah.
mm,
So summer 95 went to 96, and then I ended up graduating and never like it just went on hiatus, and then I guess by the time it came back, I ended up going to basic training.
mm,
So that's why I never just finished it. But I got to a certain point and I saw how far it got, and it was dope and I wanted to continue on. So when we do the next episode, I will kind of give my thoughts on the whole series.
mm.
But so far, I think it's such a dope series. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Did you have a chance to actually check it out since I told you this on Pluto?
Not yet because
Hmm.
because I've been into the
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, right. That
So
thing is too.
I'm kind of spacing out all everything because I really don't like to stop watching something and start watching something else. I like
Hmm.
to finish while like Attack on Titan. I plan on finishing at least until the to the latest episode.
Right, right. Yeah,
Uh, and then I probably start watching something else.
yeah.
You know.
Okay.
But yeah, because it takes so much. I have to with Attack on Titan. I binge watch that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
For most of it anyway.
yeah.
But there's only but so much time you got, with our busy lives and stuff.
True, true.
So
Definitely, definitely.
but yeah, definitely I'll check it out once I'm done with Attack on Titan.
That's what's up. Yeah, yeah. So if you get a chance, check it out, everyone. It's a good series, but again, like I said, it's an older anime. So if you haven't seen it and you love anime, check it out. Um, so that's just the anime that we're gonna talk about for right now. Again, we're gonna come back, because I do need to get into Yusuke again.
Mm,
It's an anime about the Black Samurai,
mm,
and it's actually based off of a true story. There was a Black Samurai.
mm,
And I want to get into that. I want to see one of the Trinity. I either want to start One Piece or Bleach or one of them. But I also want to start Cowboy Bebop,
mm.
and I can't wait to hear what you think about the rest of Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna finish Attack on Titan now too, because like I said, the final couple episodes are about to drop in
Right.
a couple of days or so.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about that some more. What I do want to talk about is what's coming up. So in May actually is Taiwan Comicon, and I can't wait to go to that. There's going to be different things like there, so I might actually see if I can pick up some anime there. But I'm going to probably go dress to show up again,
Mm.
most likely. I'm improving my costume here. I got the one where he walks into the movie theater.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
with the big shoulder
yeah,
pad.
yeah, yeah. So that's the one I got. So that's the one I actually wore to San Diego Comic Con.
Uh,
I'm actually considering actually making the cape that he had on when he walks into the movie theater. I'm
yeah.
considering making that. So I don't know yet though. But I'm trying to improve it because I actually, when I first had that costume, the belt wasn't as big, and now I got the big belt like he has.
Mm,
So I want to put like, I want to actually do some more and actually make it look like a cat face. Right now, it doesn't look like a cat face. I got to do
mm.
some more of that.
When is Tower Comic Con?
Tidewater Comic Con is May 20th and 21st, I think. So
I might, I mean, is it something that you have to
you just gotta buy tickets. Tickets
okay,
only like 26 bucks.
okay, so I was hoping it wouldn't be something that you had to, kind of months in advance type
Oh,
thing.
nah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
nah. You're
because
thinking of
I
San Diego. San
yeah,
Diego's the one where you gotta do all that work for.
yeah, I'm
So,
trying yeah, because I mean, I'm going to be in New Orleans for my birthday from the 15th to the 20. Oh yeah, I might not be able to make it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because yeah, I might not be able to make that. You know, I sure am going to try though because I've
mhm.
never been to a Comic Con.
Man, I'm telling you, they're dope. So there's also going to be Hampton Comic Con, and Hampton is usually in Octoberish, and
Mm,
it's by the same company.
mm,
So if you can't make that one, and you want to go to Hampton, I'll go to Hampton with you. I'm actually working on a couple different costume ideas.
mm.
So I want to do Green Lantern, and I want to do well, I can't say this other one, but it's one of those characters that are up there. So
Gotcha.
I'll tell you that when we're off the mic. But I just had an idea for that, and it involves that wig right there too. So, but anyway, I'll show you a picture of it. um, yeah, I'll show you a picture of it when
Okay.
I'm done. So that's what's coming up. So we'll go ahead and post pictures of that that's coming up. I'll post that on our Instagram. Yeah, just different Comic Con pictures and things like that. But I actually brought this up to you. You actually watched The Killing Joke, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you had some thoughts on that, and you actually brought a theory to mind. So we're not going to talk about it right now, but you have this theory to mind that I didn't even think about before until you said it.
Mm,
And then I talked about it to my boss, who's actually he's a Batman fan as well,
mm,
and he told me, yeah, and I talked to somebody else about it. I can't remember, but it might have been Chris. I might have talked to Chris about it. I can't
mm.
remember, but uh, we talked about that theory of yours, and I'm like, man, I never even thought about that, But so we're gonna talk about that. But well, before we do, I'm gonna actually get a copy of it because I borrowed people's copies, and that's one I really need to have in my collection.
Mm,
But I'm gonna buy a copy, and I'm gonna actually let you use it and read it first, so you
mm.
can actually see the comparison. And we're gonna compare the actual graphic novel the um to the movie. We're gonna talk about the movie and go through that. You know, that is such like that one and the origin of the Joker
Mm,
of that Joker, I should
mm.
say, is dope. Because apparently there's now 3 Jokers, and that's something else. That's another story that I need to read.
No,
So
that's new to me.
yeah, yeah. So the story is a couple years old, but yeah, there's 3 Jokers. So
Wow.
yeah, it's the criminal, the clown, and the I forgot the third one. It's the criminal or the gangster, the clown, and I can't remember the third one.
Mm.
Anyway, but so we're gonna talk about that. So we got a couple different things coming up. Did we there was I can't remember if there was anything else we talked about that we have coming up. But, we're gonna talk about more movies. We're gonna talk about more games again because we both started playing Resident Evil Village.
Mhm.
um,
Yes.
but there's also the new Jedi Survivor game. I
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
I wanna get that game. I'm gonna get that
Yeah.
game.
That
That game
that
come out. So we're gonna be currently talking about that one.
oh, yeah.
I know so we play a lot of games that are older, but
Mhm.
we're gonna try and play more current games as best as possible.
Exactly.
So yeah, like I said, Jedi Survivor's coming out. I actually have not been on Call of Duty for about 2 weeks now.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's kind of crazy. But then my brother he found like a whole squad to run with, so
Yeah.
it's all good. I've been playing that Resident Evil, man.
Yeah, yeah. Village is something else. I'm done with Village. I'm actually on the Resident Evil 4 remake now.
Oh wow, you already completed Village?
Yeah.
What? I didn't even know you did that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you until we had this podcast. I said, well, let me go ahead and let Chris know that I'm done with
Oh,
that.
nice, nice, man. So yeah, I just got out of the dollhouse,
Mm.
and I'm going up to.
Oh, wow.
I just my last safe point was at the windmill.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm hitting the windmill that like where you go past that goop. Yeah, so that's where I'm at now. Um, so I don't know. Do you have the option of going back to the castle, or is the castle
No,
completely
no.
blocked off?
Once you're done with the castle,
Hmm.
you can't go back.
Oh, okay, then I won't get 100% completion then because there's some couple things that I missed, like some little glimmers of stuff like that here or there
Yeah,
that I missed. So I'm
that
not
was
even gonna
on the
try to
map.
complete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So.
yeah. That's I had read like a little, it was a little strategy article on it and
Hmm.
whatnot.
Yeah.
And
So.
yeah, once you leave, you got to make sure that right before you fight a boss that you go back and you try to do everything.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, it's all good. I'm doing what I can. So,
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good.
I may replay it. I don't know yet though. So, but
It's
anyway,
long,
yeah, that
man.
remake. I don't know about the remake. But that castle, man. Every time that lady and I totally butchered her name. Her Demiscuit.
Demiscu or
But
Demiscat or
the
something
way
like
her
that.
name is pronounced French because she's
Right.
French.
Yep.
So the way he's in it, and I'm not even gonna try to do it. But
Mhm.
I completely butchered it the very first time. But that was somebody else I saw at Comic Con. I don't know if at San Diego. So I don't know if in May there's gonna be anybody dressed as her. That's actually a dope costume. Not that hard to pull off, but it's dope if you do pull it off. It's dope. Big hat, white dress,
Mhm.
long cigarette. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
but you just got to do it right. So the way you got to do it. So I don't know.
She's creepy, man.
Yeah, that lady was man.
Yeah.
She was stalking you like
Oh, she
uh
stalks you like Nemesis
like Nemesis.
or the what they call it, the T guy. What's his name?
The the
The Titan virus.
Titan.
Yeah, the Titan guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she stalks you. She stalks you throughout that whole throughout the whole castle thing.
Yeah, there was a couple times where I like walked out. She goes, "There you are," and I
Yep.
just like turned right around. There
I'm
was
like,
one time. There was one time I actually hid in where the merchant was in the castle, and
mm,
I was like, "Oh man, this lady,
yeah,
she's right
she ain't go. Yeah,
outside." Yeah,
yeah. She ain't gonna follow you in there, but
yeah.
she's a bit creepy. She really gets a little ticked off when you kill her daughters.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we got that coming up. We got the next Gears podcast coming up.
Hmm.
So there's more because we gotta finish Gears 3.
Yeah,
That's something else. We gotta schedule some time to do that.
yeah,
You know.
definitely.
I'm off this week. I'm going on vacation tomorrow for like 4 days, but
Hmm.
or 3 days, whatever. But if you get off early during the week, let me know and we can actually get some more Gears of War time in. If not, we can do it the next weekend after or something like that. But
Hmm.
we got to do some more Gears of War, finish up Gears 3 so we can actually talk about it. And there's a couple other things that we know we got coming up that we were talking about. So, we got some good things coming on the horizon. So hopefully y'all keep listening. We thank everyone for the support. We thank you for, everything you're doing. Um, do me a favor and tell us your favorite anime like shows, movies, different types of anime that you like,
Hmm.
something that isn't like it doesn't have to be well known. You can just tell us just different things. You can even tell us one that is like really kiddie that a lot of people like.
Hmm.
So it's just we want to hear from you. So if you have any ideas, just let us know your ideas as well. So we can actually probably check something out, a game, a movie, whatever you want us to check out. Just go ahead and give us an email at I told my wife. Oh, excuse me. I said I'm just doing the whole title of the actual whole show. Told my wife podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
Give us, email us, let us know what you think, make suggestions. Tell us, especially like the type of anime that you like. You can actually message us on Instagram, or you can just answer. I'll go ahead and put up a post up on Instagram. What's your favorite anime, and you can actually just message us on that Instagram. Our Instagram handle is told my wife at told my wife podcast. Um, you can find us on Facebook. I told my wife I'm paying bills. Just look us up, and you'll find us there. So there's a couple different ways to reach us. And we want to hear from y'all, hear what you think, hear, other content that you want to hear about. So, but for right now, this is Slim
And this is Black.
getting ready to sign off and just tell y'all happy watching and actually happy gaming. Because we're about to go right back into games, everyone. All right. Thanks again. Have a good one.